All right, welcome to an Engaging Virtual Meetings podcast with the one and only Mimi Brown CSP. Okay, let's see again. I'm going to play a video and I'll be right back. Get everything set here. All right, here we go.
Always start people and keep old people. Show you got heart. Now we're playing the game and we're totally scoring. Learning how to make a virtual a business boring. Showing up every morning, ready for the show. I'ma get ready. Gold Engaging Virtual Meetings 2.0.
Well, top of the morning to ya. It's St. Patrick's Day, and I got a little friend to show you. Hey, Patty, how you doing? Well, John, it's such a hard job having to carry you. You know what they said about the, footsteps in the sands, right? There's only one step. It was because I was carrying you. Well, happy St. Patty's Day to all my Irish friends out there and those who all celebrate. Meanwhile, we're here on the Engaging Virtual Meetings podcast. If you're watching on social media, make sure and subscribe, share, like, and comment. If you want all the episodes here, come to engagingvirtualmeetings.online and get this beautiful podcast on one of the 13 amazing platforms. Did you know that the number one platform for this podcast is Apple Podcasts? That is correct. And so also now is the time you can come here every October. Come to the Engaging Conference. If you want to learn the secrets, the art and science of engagement, whether you're a planner or a speaker, come to engagingvirtualmeetings.com/CON and we'll see you here either live in Seattle, our second year hybrid, or on our good friend virtual. Whew. Now, we got another amazing guest here, right? You can't, just don't stop watching this live stream because you're going to have to watch this, right? Coming up next, this amazing person here. Let's see, she's an influence expert, high energy keynote speaker, and a leadership strategist. She works with Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Kimberly Clark, Evite, Consumers Energy, and Blue Cross Blue Shield. I think I'm a client there. She's one of the 400 certified speaking professionals, which just means she's got so much cred because she just is coming off the stage of emceeing the National Speakers Association's Thrive Winter Conference. When she's off stage, she's throwing punches and kickboxing. Please give it up for the one and only Mimi Brown CSP.
Hey, John.
Hi, Mimi. Oh my God. We worked really hard on this intro. Let me just tell you, right?
We did like a whole, 5 seconds?
Oh. That's how it happens. You know, the best part is, all right, Mimi, is when we tell people, especially like in MC work, is that you're buying decades of experience on stage so that you can deliver it in the second that it needs to be there. All right.
That's actually, John, it's funny you say that. One of my favorite moments, I was doing a program for folks in the meetings industry, and the planner knew that in this program I talked about kind of what you do, like how to engage people, how to bring energy to a meeting, and that the average person has the attention span less than that of a goldfish. So she puts live goldfish on the table. And about 5 minutes before I get ready to speak, this woman gets really excited and pulls the tablecloth from under the table, and one of the fish goes flying. And so I'm saying to myself, I gotta do something in this moment to capture this. I have to address it. So I get on stage and I said, everybody join hands. We're gonna have a moment of silence for Goldie. May he rest in peace. He lived a great life. And we just have fun with it, right?
Oh my God, we could sit here and riff like so. You watch like top comedians, right, on TV when they start riffing on stuff like this, and the riff is really where it is. It'd be like made a difference in that one.
Oh, the starfish. It's funny because I was just in kickboxing earlier, and they actually have this. We do like some form of work outside of kickboxing. I can't think of the term right now, but we have to do a starfish. And so the starfish is you throw your hands out and then you pull your body in. It's working your abs. And so I kept saying it matters to just that one. It matters to just that one.
Oh my God, Mimi Brown, I'm sure you're like legend in your kickboxing class.
Something like that. I became an ambassador, and I am known for the high energy of the studio, making people laugh. The coaches and I go back and forth, and I get a good workout in at the same time.
Well, speaking of workout, some of my friends don't know you like I know you now, Mimi Brown. So why don't you just take this moment and introduce yourself, who you are, and what you do in the world.
Absolutely. So I like long walks on the beach and trashy novels and sharing caramel. Okay, that's the wrong introduction. But that's my dating profile introduction. What I love to do is help people be the best versions of themselves. And so I have I work with a lot of women leaders and emerging entrepreneurs, emerging leaders to help them do what I call own your swag, which is the courage and confidence to unapologetically and authentically be who you are. And what I subscribe to is when we surrender to owning our swag, not only do we as individuals have a better life experience, but the world benefits from our authenticity.
Genius, Mimi. Let me come join you back on stage. This is me running on stage. Chop, 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 chop. There we go. Hey, look at me. So, tell me a little bit more about some behind the scenes for emceeing Thrive. So again, those who don't know, there's something like 300 of your professional speaker friends are watching you on stage. I would love to hear maybe a little more too. Like, how did you get the call? And then like maybe something that happened behind the scenes that we would never know about.
Absolutely. So interestingly enough, I was in Bali. So there's something, the National Speakers Association is
Yeah.
a part of the Global Speaker Federation, which is comprised of 17 speaker associations from across the world. And so we happen every 2 years, they meet in a cool destination. So this past year was in Indonesia, or 2024 was in Indonesia. And the president and CEO of the National Speakers Association, as well as the director of operations and experiences, they were there. And we were just chatting it up. And they said, hey, Mimi, like, we love your energy, your vibe. Would you consider emceeing Thrive? And I'm like looking around, like, talking to me, because I don't MC a whole lot. But and here's the other part. That is the most nerve-wracking thing is speaking in front of your colleagues.
Oh no.
And so I really had to take time to think about it. I said, can I think about it? I was like, I know that it's probably an odd thing to say. Most people are gunning to do that, but I wanted to make sure I did it right. And I took a lot of thought, asked a lot of, after I said yes, it only took me a day, but I was on the beach and having a moment, hanging out with a starfish, and they said, you could matter to just that one. And so that's why I decided to MC.
Yeah.
But on a truthful note, it
Yeah.
was just really neat to be in front of my peers, and I wanted to make sure I did a good job.
And what's your internal? Well, you don't have to give yourself internal. Tell me like either one of your favorite moments or like again a behind the scenes of something that happened to Thrive. Because like so and I would actually let's start with this. I want to go backwards, Mimi. What's your definition of an MC? Because an MC right now is really vague, right?
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, too, we're actually trying to move away from the letters M and C to try and get away from the word master and use EMCE is actually now, to me, I think one of the preferred terms. But I would love to hear Mimi Brown, like, what do you think an MC is supposed to do?
Really, our job is to engage the audience, to keep them excited, to move the show along. Sometimes I've seen MCs just be the introducers and they're introducing the speakers, but they're missing an opportunity to really connect with the audience, bring them along on this journey, add a bit of mystery to it and excitement. And there's so many different MC styles. Like it's people that I love and adore, like Jeff Savilico. He does magic on stage. And then you have like Quinn Conyers, who is a master of doing the recap. Then you have people who are really elegant, like Kristen Arnold, who not only MCs but facilitates panels and keeps people on their toes and on the edge of their seats. And so when you think of an MC, we are that guide on the side. We're the host to make sure that people have I would say, an incredible experience. And typically, if we do our job right, they're not talking about us as the MC. They're talking about how great the event was because we're
Yes.
able to pull together that string. And so what I find for a lot of professional speakers is especially if you're a keynoter, you're accustomed to the attention being on you and the focus. And it's not about you. It's about the audience. And it's about ensuring that they have an incredible experience and also making sure that you introduce the speakers who are there and showcasing them in the best way possible.
How'd you get your start emceeing? Do you remember like an early event you may have somebody asked you to MC?
Ooh, I'm trying to, that's a good question, John. I always get the what was your first speaking experience, but MC event, I believe it did I do a pageant? No, 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 I know what it was. I was actually, this is before I started professionally.
Okay.
I was 17 and I was the president of my church youth group. And
Yeah.
my responsibility was to host this big church, like not I was gonna say parade. Parade is not the right word. Church event, and I was
Celebration. Yeah.
emceeing the event. And I learned earlier on, like if you wanted to make it fun and engaging, you had to add humor to it. And imagine I grew up Catholic, so there's not a whole lot of humor there. But that was my first kind of dipping my toe into emceeing.
Wow. I bet. And then what I mean, did you just catch the bug? Like when you got up, like, well, I just started telling my friend she just emceed the speaker showcase for the first time, and what we were just saying, she was so high, Mimi. She was
Yes, I
so
was
high at the end of the
too.
day. And we're
And
not talking not drug high, we're talking like the best natural high that ever existed.
yes, a dopamine hit, right? Yeah. Um, for me, so it was interesting. I do more keynoting
Yeah.
throughout the year than I do emceeing. I probably do a couple events, like I'm getting ready to do a fashion show in a couple weeks. I'm super excited
Ooh,
about for a nonprofit I
ooh.
believe in. And so I was actually asking some of my other colleagues, like, how do I do more of this? Because I was riding high off of that experience.
Well, I want to just share with you, Jess Pettit, our good friend Jess, is just finishing the brand new, fully updated NSA or National Speakers Association's MC guide, and I'm honored that I got asked to contribute to the virtual and the hybrid section. And you got to look for that because like that has like a when you have a meeting planner like when do I got to pay for an MC? I already paid for all the speakers, and then you hand them this document, right, and just say look, right, but I want to hear again Mimi Brown's version. Right? Why should somebody hire an MC versus either pick nobody or sometimes worse, pick like somebody that's just a member?
Well, Quinn Conyer says, and she's an amazing MC. She's actually MC'd Influence for the National Speakers
Yeah.
Association, and she calls it boring Bob member Bob, a boring board member Bob. And why don't you want boring board member Bob? That's a mouthful. Is our job is to pull everything together for people. And it's one of those things is I often say you don't know what you don't know until you've experienced something where an event went poorly. And typically you don't appreciate an MC until you've had an experience where you should have had one or you should have invested. And when you see the event tank where you're kicking off, they're giving the guidelines and the roadmap for how the day is going to go. They get people pumped up and excited. They're able to jump in when emergencies happen. Like I remember I had an event where someone was having a medical emergency and my job was to make sure I kept people calm, told them what to do, and give them direction. Because inherently, when you're involved in an emergent situation like that, people don't know what to do. They're looking for someone to lead them and give them direction. So I think that's really important.
Hmm.
And when you invest in an MC, you invest in a really good one, I will say, in an experience they're creating for the audience. And they're bringing the audience along on this journey. And so I've seen it the other way. I'm sure you've as well, John, where they had that Bob, the boring, let me get my alliteration together, boring board member Bob,
There you
uh,
go.
and it falls flat. And it's a missed opportunity to create that magic and that experience for your audience.
Yeah, yeah. From my side of the view is you just spend all this money and time. And it's astronomical, right? Like a 3-day conference often takes 6 to 12 months to plan correctly.
Hmm.
And then you go in there and like it's a moment and somebody comes in there and then like they steal all the energy, they're fumbling around, right? They misread people's names, right? They don't hype the crowd up. They don't tell people what's coming next. People are more confused rather than less confused. And I just think those are all missed opportunities. So Mimi, we were just talking about MC things, right? We were talking about hybrid. So, and here's like one of my top cases that I tell people is that as I advocate in a hybrid that you should have two MCs, right? Let's say Mimi's the in person and I'm the virtual MC, and we become a team, Right? And there are times when we interact is what we do and some other things. But what happened in this particular one, from Georgia, I lose the feed.
Oh,
Right?
yes.
Well, actually, I take it back. We have the video, but I lost all the audio. So we can see somebody on stage, we can see the slide, but we can't hear anything. So I immediately jump in as the virtual MC. And I think this is the number one thing that you can do is that once you start to build that relationship with the
Yeah.
audience, Mimi, right? One of the facts I actually uncovered recently says when the crowd trusts you, they're 2 to 4 times as likely to forgive you for a mistake.
Mm.
So now you can make because who's perfect? Where none of us are perfect. No conference is ever going to be perfect. Stuff happens, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you have this much tech and this much, coordination. So I come on immediately and I said, "Hey, I lost audio too. Here, I'm gonna play you some music and let me check it. I'll be right back." So I go in and I text because I got a direct text line to the tech team. I said, "Hey, we
Mhm.
lost audio. What's up?" And here's the reply, Mimi, I got. It's gonna be a while.
Oh, not the thing you want to hear.
Oh, it's the thing I always want to hear now. This is why you want to hire me as the MC, right? This is why you want to hire Mimi because I know she could do this if we had to actually run this exercise sometimes. I dumped it. So Mimi, have you ever played something called PowerPoint karaoke?
I have not, but it sounds intriguing. I used to be a DJ.
When when I come visit your chapter, we could like have a like after party if we do it. So what happens is you pick a number, right? And I show you a slide deck and you have to present that slide deck sight unseen as if it was your own.
Ooh.
So I've practiced this. So I came in there, and as soon as I got that, I didn't even tell them that the tech team came in. I just started presenting this thing that I've never seen before, and I just started making up stuff. And I had to do it, Mimi, for 32 minutes.
Oh gosh.
That's a long time, even for
That
a.
is a very long time.
But lucky for me, the content was about using the 5 love languages to retain your your employees at a long-term healthcare facility.
Oh.
So my mom worked as a long-term care nurse. My dad was a doctor, so I know the healthcare industry. And the other one is I know the 5 love languages, right? Do you know your 5 love languages?
Quality time, acts of service, words of
Gifts. Yeah.
affirmation.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I think mine's acts of service. So I had people going, well, now we're going to be talking about the 5 love languages. Here's the link. So I chatted the link here. Here's the link to the website. Why don't you go ahead and take the assessment now while you listen to me? Blah blah blah. It's like, and when you're done, chat what your top love language is. Blah blah blah. So I just started improvising for 32 minutes, and then finally the audio comes back on me, and all the virtual chats all these questions. So I asked these questions back to the speaker because they wanted to know like was John saying the right stuff or not? And then the chat blew up again for the second time, Mimi, and they're like, "Oh my God, John just nailed that presentation."
That's awesome. And that is the art of a great MC is being able to think on your feet, is keeping the show moving,
Yeah.
having things in your back pocket where you can make it work. Like you were asking me one of the behind the scenes things
Yes.
that happen at Thrive. So typically like I was writing all of the introductions for the speakers and we were having a tech issue with the document was saved like on a Google Drive and it wasn't making its way over to the confidence monitor. And so short version, something said, make sure that, and I want to say, was it? No, it was John Edwards. It was his introduction. Make sure that John's introduction is in there. And I was like, I don't think it is. And I mean, I ran over there. I think I hopped out of my shoes. I made some things happen really quick. And I also had cue cards. And we made it work. And so then you have to walk on stage like nothing is wrong. Like no one needs to know what happened behind the scene, but I'm sweating and I buy my hair. So we were just making sure that it stayed in place. But it's having that calm and also, being able to ad lib with the audience is also
Mm.
fun.
I appreciate that you shared that story because it is like that. I mean, and John Edwards too. John Edwards is like, we just want to pay the ultimate respect to many of
Yes.
those who paved some path from us, right? And you have this moment and you don't want to come up there and like, can't see my monitor. That's you're in front of everybody about to
Yeah.
introduce John, right? And that's like the last thing you want to do. You're like, we're gonna find a way, and those are the type of things that and this is nobody should know.
No.
Nobody should ever know, things like this are happening when you are like the best MC.
Well, one of the neat things, and one of our friends, Brian Walter, who is such an incredible, not only speaker, entertainer, MC, but just a human being. And one of my superpowers when it comes to emceeing is doing a recap. And
Yeah.
I like to pull things together for people, give them an action to take, or even demo something that happened in one of the breakout sessions. And
Yeah.
so I had to hunt around, John, for this dang on banana, because in Brian's breakout session about what was it, engagement hacks or memory hacks, right? Yes. I said, so I'm hunting around for a banana, and I'm backstage trying to make sure that I'm knowing how to snap this banana. Uh, so I'm asking Brian, I said, Brian, we're gonna do this on stage. And I said, how do I make sure I don't screw this up? But here's the part that for me was important. Even if I did screw it up and I wasn't able to break the banana into, what did he say, smile side up,
That's
that
right.
I had a line in my pocket where if I did screw it up, because I said we could turn these into some nunchucks, like just knowing, being prepared if something goes awry. And I think that's the key with a good MC is what are those things in your back pocket? Like one of my mentors is
Mm.
Karen Buxman. So she's
Mm.
amazing. CSP, CPAE, and she's a neurohumorist. So she studies humor in the brain. And she said, we were prepping for Thrive. She was helping me prep for Thrive beforehand. And she said, Mimi, I just want to make sure that you have a couple things in your back pocket if something goes wrong. If the screen goes out, if your monitor goes out, if you fall off stage, we need to have something in your pocket. And one of the favorite lines that she taught me is she said, if you ever fall off stage and once you gather yourself and you're okay, you just simply say, now we're going to take questions from the floor.
Oh my God, I gotta. I think there's a key piece in here too for those who are MCs, right? Is this prep and the back pocket, and what I mean by that is that like it was recently revealed that Nikki Glazer rehearsed 96 times before hosting her recent show, and that she was workshopping the material with Jimmy Fallon, right? I mean, and so that this Mimi, it's so an important factor that again the other part about that people don't understand about MC is like I over research. I over research personally too because what I'm doing is I'm feeding my brain full of this stuff, even if I never use it. But that's my personal back pocket,
Yes.
right? That I really know these people, that I can pull out anything, that I could like stall for time by asking about stuff like you now. I would ask about kickboxing. I'm like, let's go demonstrate. Let's show me some moves, yeah, right. And so and then I would have the tech team play Rocky on us or something, right? And or of course like kung fu fighting or somewhere else like that.
I
So
love it.
right, that back pocket and that prep, I think, is it's such an important part of MC. But now, like, I want to talk about the Ultimate Improv. The Ultimate Improv is March of 2020. So I want to hear where was me. I want to
Wow.
hear where was Mimi Brown and what did Mimi Brown do in March of 2020?
So I remember this like it was yesterday, like many
Mhm.
people do when the shutdown, the stay at home was announced. I was actually I'm in Detroit, and for those of you who don't speak Mimi, that's Detroit. When you're from Detroit, you got to try to sound fancy. And I was flying out of LA, and I had just spoken for Evite, and I was so excited because 2020 was going to be my best year ever, and I kicked off the year really well. I had conferences, I had bookings out through the end of the year. And I remember getting on the airplane thinking, this might be the last time I'm on an airplane for a long time. And it was interestingly enough, in my personal life, I had just separated from my then husband, who's now my ex-husband. So this was December of 2019. And I had moved out of our place. And so I'm literally like, oh crap, I don't have the support of a spouse. I didn't now sign a year contract for a condo. And $50,000 worth of engagements is off my calendar like that. What am I going to do? And I often tell people I was concerned, but I wasn't worried because I have a belief in a higher power and faith. And April of 2020, I get a phone call from my former employer who I just quit 3.5 years earlier. And they said, hey, I know you're doing your whole entrepreneurial thing, and I see you all over Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, but we're trying to fill this job, and I think you would be perfect for it. And the title was a sales development and performance manager. And my background is sales. I've sold everything from insurance
Ooh.
for your appliances to bras. I used to give women the gift of a lift. And so, and let me tell you, some needed more lifting than others. But I'm in the midst of this, John, And I didn't accept the job at first. Like I went through the interview process, and I would say my ego came out. And I was like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not working for the man. And then I looked at my bank account and I was like, well, the man won't be that bad. And so,
The man's got a wallet.
right, man's got some, some cha-ching, some coins. And so I often say I went kicking and screaming to a six-figure job. I waited to the very last day to accept the job once they made the offer. And as I was going through, this is kind of evolution for me, but I went through what I call my love checklist, because I
Okay.
had quit this company 3.5 years earlier because
Yeah.
I didn't feel valued. And it's the same thing I talk about from stage around being able to be your authentic self and pulling more of that out of you. And
Mhm.
so I said I had to love the people I was going to be working with, love the job I was going to be doing, felt loved by the person I was going to be working for, and felt loved and appreciated in the role for who I am. And so I took the job, everything went well. And about 3.5 months in is when I realized I made the right choice, because I got
Ooh.
a phone call from the vice president. So she calls me, her name is Lauren Young Dowsteiner. She calls me and she says, Mimi, I've been watching you. You have? Yes. And you're doing, we want you to do more of what you're doing. You do? And so I got a chance to do some really cool things in the organization because they leaned into my strengths and what I call my swag.
Oh, is that wait? Okay, tell me. I see it now, right? I see you. So, what's your
You see
swag?
what I did there?
I see that. What's your so define your swag?
Yeah, so swag is the courage and confidence to unapologetically and authentically be who you are. And it's short for swagger. And most of the time, people think of swagger as the way we present ourselves, the way we walk, talk, and dress, but it has so much more depth to it. And I think I shared this with you. I've been a DJ for since I was 16, on and off. And when I was working for that company, I had a really unfortunate, we'll say, interaction with the boss who told me I was too much and that I needed to pipe it down if I wanted to make it in the company. And I was so distraught
Said every NSA speaker, or said
ever,
at some
right?
point. You're
Exactly. And
too
so I
much.
called my mentor, you need to bring that on down. And so I called my mentor, you may know Chris Clark Epstein, who I love and adore. She passed away, I think
Mm,
it'll be 5 years in
mm,
September.
mm,
But I called Chris and I said, Chris,
mm.
how do I turn me down? I don't even know how to do that. And I mean, I was asking genuinely because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. Now, mind you, I was speaking on the side and I knew like that I was leaning into that more, but I also had a mortgage I had to pay. And so she said, Mimi, you don't turn it down, you turn it up. She said, I want you to be more of who you are. And maybe those aren't your people. Maybe that's not who you're meant, where you're meant to stay.
Yeah,
And I will tell you, John, 3 months later, I quit for the first time. Yeah.
yeah. If we were not on live stream, I'd be playing you "Turned Down for What," right?
Turn down one, two, two.
That's right. We're playing the
Right.
acoustic version.
Or you can even do the Soldier Boy, because I in my keynote I talk about the patron saint Soldier Boy is who brought this message to me, and I'm leaving that interaction with my boss, and I turn on the radio and
Mm,
turn on my
mm,
swag by
mm,
Soldier Boy comes on, and I said,
mm.
that's it. That's what I'm supposed to do is turn my swag up.
Now, I would like for you to do this, Mimi, because, and I would like maybe this, hopefully, maybe a gift or something. I want you to tell me the definition of swagger again, but this time I want you to like play it like a movie trailer, like, in a world, like that. Okay. Yeah, give me your definition of swagger.
In a world where people want you to turn it down, you need to turn it up. Swag is the courage and confidence to unapologetically and authentically be who you are.
Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for.
I'm
Be who
available
you
for bar mitzvahs, quinceañeras, sweet 16 parties. Yeah.
are. Yeah, what I just did, what did I do last year? Oh, I did a high school graduation party. I did a team building event, and they ended up at Dave and Buster's. Right? Come on, the CSPs, by the way, people, right? We don't always play big halls, right? We play the world, and
Oh,
we still show up. We show up everywhere. Dave and Buster's, that, by the way, has some of the biggest, largest video screens you've ever seen.
they do. It's funny you say that. I took my niece there.
Hmm.
She's 6 going on 16, so it's always a challenge.
All right, well then let's head this direction, Mimi. Right? You saw your future. You have a vision. I want to know where do you think virtual and hybrid? What potential does virtual and hybrid have? In the next 10 years, maybe with speaking or with you.
I think it's here to stay. Like in our job, is it's going to continue to elevate, especially because I mean, just with the internet, and I sound like I'm back in '94 with Al Gore, but the internet alone and having the reach that we have across the world, you just can connect with more people. And I think you're going to start to see more virtual reality options in virtual meetings.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they don't invent smell options because that's one of the great parts about being in a virtual meeting is I might can see you, might can hear, but at least I don't have to smell you. But I love it. It's interesting, John, too. For me, I was telling you this before we hit the record button, is this I just created this setup because I wanted something that was separate than my normal workspace.
Yes.
And I just want to be able to plug and go. So whether a client has me doing a promotional video or someone wants me to jump on a podcast, I just like to have that flexibility where it's always ready to go.
Well, yeah, there's always ready to go, and it looks fantastic. And as you can tell, right, my guess, without knowing all your branding, right, gold is very important in your branding.
Yes, and red. And it's interesting because I typically wear red. I'm known to wear like red dresses on stage. And when I was very intentional about this setup because I said I don't want it to clash.
Yeah.
I may be wearing red, so let's just kind of, play the gold up a bit.
Very, very nice. Very key. Yeah, one of our top tips that I give in what I call my 6-step engage method is good looks, right? You got to look good. By the way, Mimi was on television today, people, right? She came in and now she's here on television with me. You know what I just heard too? BTV. So you know the Bananas? The baseball team? The Savannah Bananas? The Savannah Bananas invested millions in dollars in cameras over the last 5 years to create Banana TV, which is all of their social media marketing, which right now is starting to fill my feed.
Wow.
And so that was something that was so important to them, was the ability to do this. And they stream all of their games for free, because they take this attitude of fans first.
I love that.
And what they did they had a stadium that closed on them, like a baseball stadium had to unexpectedly closed because it was like a weather or some natural disaster thing. They moved it to a football stadium that was like 65,000 seats and sold out.
That's wild.
So I'm just sharing, how important like all this video stuff is, right? Here's mine. This is the Tony Robbins set. All right. This is what he invested $5 million into this studio, for that part. And the best part too, Mimi, is that we're going to head into this brand new section of my podcast. Now the new favorite part. It's called the speed round. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. You got to answer as fast as possible. I will play some funny sound effects. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. Your favorite MC besides yourself?
Quentin Conyers.
Oh, I'm going to see her in San Diego. I'm literally booking a flight 2 weeks. Quinn and I are going to take the stage together. Oh, I'm going to cry. Best true crime series.
Oh God. Murder, Sisters Who Kill.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
I thought you were going to say Murders in the Building, which I'm also watching too.
Yeah, Sisters Who Kill is awesome. It's on everywhere podcasts are available. It's really good.
But true crime podcast. I'm also watching NCIS.
I've been in, Gibbs is my man. So I've been in NCIS back in the day, NCIS.
Okay. Well, then best podcast channel any best channel or streaming service?
Ooh, best channel, Hulu.
Hulu? There you go. I'm watching more Hulu now. I'm actually moving off of Netflix. Your best or your favorite energy source?
Celsius. So, because I get up at 4:15 every morning. So I got to have something to pump me up.
A childhood speaking story.
When I was 5 years old, I used to host my own TV show inside my parents' living room. We lived in a 950 square foot house, and people who would come in would have to be on the Mimi Brown show. And 30 years later, I was working at the same company that my dad worked for. And one of his coworkers saw me in the hallway and said, "Remember when I was on your show?" I said, "Yes, you may not want to tell people that they might think you're weird."
I want to be on the Mimi Brown show. That's all I'm telling you. And this is the 10,000 hour part, people. Mimi was clocking her 10,000 hours when she was a child. That's how you know, right? Don't tell a kid, by the way, to turn it down. Tell your child to turn it up if they're like this. Best tip for new speakers.
The best tip is to get the best marketing is a great speech. So create a really impactful speech and go out and give it and give it and give it and give it. And here's a bonus one. Don't ever, ever, ever speak as a new speaker for free, speak for no fee. And the difference is you should always get something in exchange for the value you create on the stage.
There we go. Lots of new speakers asking questions, right? And we just had the speaker showcase, and it also showed how important close was, right? One speaker was described as the frumpy professor, and like, we gotta fix this, right? You cannot walk on unless your brand is frumpy professor, but it isn't, right? He had really, really valuable things to say. Okay, what do you love about Detroit?
What I love about Detroit is we're the Motor City, so much history here. We got the Motown Museum, and we're also known as the comeback city. When I was just on TV this morning, we were talking about certain pockets of Detroit that you could, you can't get a place there unless you got some money, and that's definitely turned around. Great sports stadiums, great eating. I got a weight problem. I can't wait to eat, so I'm always about the food. So I have Coney's, Detroit style pizza, Mediterranean. This is a spot.
There we go. Let's see. And I just wanted to add, if we're going to add all the pronunciations, we're going, I just recently shopped at Target in Detroit.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, good. And the last question, an easy one here, Mimi Brown, is if you could get people to magically remember one thing from this podcast, what would it be?
Oh, just be more of who you are. Don't turn it down, turn it up.
Don't turn it down, turn it up. Well, Mimi Brown, thank you for being guest here on the Engaging Virtual Meeting podcast, and I look forward to seeing you, most likely at Influence.
Absolutely, I'll be there.
Thank you. We've been chatting with Mimi Brown, who just says, man, don't turn it down. Turn it up, right? Turn on, be great, be amazing. Like this podcast. And if you are watching this podcast, well, make sure and subscribe, share, like, comment. If you want all the podcasts, go to engagingvirtualmeetings.online. A new podcast every Wednesday. And finally, if you come here, come to the Engaging Conference. You want to learn how to be more engaging in the world, come to the Engaging Conference this week, the last week in October, here in Seattle, and virtual anywhere. You can click a link, engagingvirtualmeetings.com. And the last message of the day is, if you want to be like Mimi Brown, well, first you should get your own show. But then the second thing is you should click the link, engagingvirtualmeetings.com/meet, select interview, and you too could be the next guest here on the Engaging Virtual Meetings podcast. Hey, we'll see you next time.
Don't start people and keep old people. Show you got heart. Now we're playing the game and we're totally scoring. Learning how to make a virtual business boring. Showing up every morning, ready for the show. I'ma get ready. Gold Engaging Virtual Meetings 2.0.
And the live stream is out. Great job. And great job, Mimi Brown, right?
Thank you. And I just got done talking Quinn Conyers up.
Because I got a special guest to review your podcast.
Listen,
it's the one and
I
only.
didn't know he was gonna have one of my favorite friends, Mimi Brown, here.
I know. I just he
surprised.
asked me who my favorite MC was beside myself, and I was like, Quinn Conyers, of course. Like, I didn't even. It just came. It was boom. It just came out.
I didn't even tell her that you were coming, Quinn.
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna be here. But listen, I'm not. Look, any party that Mimi Brown's a part of, sign me up.
We got video of Quinn and I dancing on stage from 2022, so we got to keep it going.
In the reel. Get it in the reel.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing y'all are doing a meeting podcast, something coming up, right?
Yeah, she's podcast. We got a minute, Mimi, as long as you got a minute.
Yeah, I don't have another call till 2:30. So Quinn, oh, by the way, John, Quinn hosted an incredible MC gathering, like mind blown. It was so good. So good.
Yeah, I gotta get John in there, and thank you for
Yeah,
asking me.
I want an
John, I'll
invite.
send you some information.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And it's how we come together as an MC community to
Nice.
support each other in growth. And it was good. I was in the car, so I was trying to take notes on my arm. It got awkward. But other than that, yeah.
So Quinn and I are going to be at the social media marketing world in San Diego together with Ramon Ray.
Yeah.
Fun.
It's like, yeah, it's a bunch of MCs. So I'm doing the Ramon and Leslie are doing the main stage. They've had it for a while. And I am doing social media and AI. That's the stage that I'm doing, and they're expecting about 700 people in that stage for that track. So, John, which track are you doing?
I'm in room 7. It's like 385. I don't know the name of the track yet, but I got my 5 speakers now. So
Gotcha. Yeah, me too. So yeah, so John and I are going to meet in person and hang out and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's yeah, this MC business and world, like God has definitely been like, yeah, what you thought and what I'm about to do. I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to be comfortable and confident because the downloads are coming like left and right. So I'm just out here trying to be obedient and scared at the same time.
Ma'am, I'm a good book for you to read, John. I don't know if you're a big I'm a big reader,
big
but
reader.
it's a book called The Magic of Surrender,
Oh,
by Kurt Coot Blackman. It was referred to me by Cy Wakeman. It is so good. He talks about the power of surrender. I'm on chapter 2, and he said surrender isn't about letting go. No, it is about letting go, but it's not about giving up. It's about stepping more into who you. Oh, it's so good. So check it
Okay,
out.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in. Oh, geez, I got in the video section. Hold on. Let me get. I was gonna say I'm putting it in my. I do have like So my credit card will pay. Oh, I see it. Coot Blackson.
Yeah, Coots is really
Blackson.
good.
So I put this into Audible. Like, if you didn't know, the American Express Platinum Club will pay for your Audible subscription. So like, I'm clocking credits. So now I'm.
Why do I not know this? Because I have Platinum Business and Audible.
They'll pay for part of your streaming too. They'll pay for one of your streaming services. $200 of like check bags or bag of service fees.
Why do I not know this?
Yeah,
You can get
I'm like, okay, American Special, I ain't doing me right. All right, let me.
No, you gotta have Platinum, because I also
Platinum.
do you have the one where they get Dell $200 credit twice a year?
I get $15 of Uber credit every month.
Oh, okay. I need to learn about my Amex card more.
Oh yeah, you gotta search it, look online. But the other one too now is if you book any hotel or flight on the American Express Travel, you get 5 times the points. I just clocked like 3,000 points with clients' money.
I love that.
Yeah,
You know
it's a
who
whole
does?
thing. It's a
Yeah,
whole
it's a whole
thing.
vibe. Who's really good at that? If you ever like want to get to the nitty gritty of it, like my brain numbs when I hear her talk about it, is Shauna Suko. She has now gotten 2 cruises in the
Yes.
last 6 months, 10 days paid for through reward points for credit cards, and she plays this game. She's so good at it.
Yeah. She's good.
Mm.
She created the Spin, this Senior Planners
Yes.
Network, which you got to
Mhm.
know if you want to get booked.
Yeah, she's good people.
Yeah.
We're in a mastermind together, so
What
that's
is it called? Senior Planners Network?
Spin. Yeah.
SPIN. Here, I'll see if I
Yeah,
can find
Senior
you.
Planners something network. I should know this. The I.
Shauna Seco. Come on, where is it? Senior Planners. My first search key didn't get it. Oh yeah, here it is. Spinplanners.com. I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should apply to speak there. That would be a win.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And you're in front of a lot of planners, and Quinn is so much fun. Like their group, they always come up with super creative things. They spread the love. Like I love that group.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll check it out. I have to see like if they have an event or something coming up because right now I don't see anything.
I haven't heard of Shauna. Shauna, I know, stepping away and moving things over to her executive director. So I haven't heard as much about it, but yeah. And if you ever want an introduction, happy to make it.
Yes, absolutely. Please do. And maybe that's something that we can co-MC together. Like my brain always goes like, can we co-MC? But yeah, definitely make the intro.
Okay.
And yeah.
I will send Shauna a note now.
All right. Well, I better work on Quinn's stuff. Otherwise, she'll have like.
All right. Well, I will let y'all go. I told John I cannot walk and chew gum at the same time. So I'm gonna leave that to y'all, to the multitaskers of the world. Quinn, it was good to lay eyes on you, my friend. Have fun next week. Are y'all together next week or?
It's like 2 weeks from now.
Okay, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have total FOMO. Send my pictures of all
Watch
cool
the social
kids.
media. We'll be posting, right, Quinn? We'll be posting.
Yeah, we'll be
on social-
posting. We'll be
'Cause it's
posting.
one thing to see your colleagues at NSA and to hang out, but when you're like you're on a gig and I'm being paid, I just have this new like love even more for that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Love to y'all. Thank you again, John and Quinn. We will catch up soon.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Walk
right,
out music. Here
bye-bye.
we go. Let's walk her out.
Soft, subtle mix. And if it ain't broke, then
Hey,
don't touch it.
Oh, hold on before I leave. Quinn, I did a TV show today and we were talking about fashion and style, and I wore my J's on set. So I had a pair of midnight blue J's with this is a jumpsuit.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I got it here. So I just want to give you some love for this.
Yes. I love it. Look, don't threaten me with a good time. I love it.
Bye, y'all.
All right. See you later.
Walk it out. Walk it out. Walk it out. Okay, let's see. Okay. Quinn, if you could do me a favor and chat me a short bio, a link where you want me to send people, like your website,
Sure.
and then a headshot. And I will,
Actually, LinkedIn. I want you to send people to LinkedIn.
yeah, that's fine. That would work too. Any link is fine.
Okay. Okay. And then you said you need a headshot?
Yeah. Okay, link. Do you want me to pull your bio or any info from your LinkedIn?
Sure, if that's what you want to do. I'm just sending you a link of my folders of just my headshots. I can send you a bio too. Give me 1 second. I can do all of that because I have everything here. So give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
And I can pull it.
Oh, there's so much to like here. Do you have a favorite? The multicolor? The purple?
Whatever. I mean, like I said, I always let people choose. I mean, right now, what's been like my headshot and stuff like that has been really, really fun. People have been really liking that picture because it's so different and unique. It's the one, hold on, give me a second.
Dot? Or the multicolor jacket or the dots?
Oh,
Oh, you just gave me a link? Let's see.
I did.
Oh, that's the bio. Okay, I got that.
Hold on. It's the one that is yeah, the one with the polka dot and the flowers
Yes.
on the shirt.
Oh, good.
Has been everybody's been really like because it's so unique. People have just been really gravitating towards that.
You are correct. Okay, so it'll take me a second to put all this stuff together, but we can chat a little bit.
Sure.
So how are you prepping for our good friends in San Diego? I'd be curious.
I just got all the information, so I plan on this week going through. I reach out to all of the people, and then I'll probably just look at okay, what's the script? I haven't really dove into it because we think we just got it on Friday. So that's what I'm doing now. So I usually look at my script. I look at, okay, who are the speakers? I start saying, okay, do I need any type of phonetics or pronunciation? That's usually a little bit of my process. What day are you emceeing?
The 30th, Sunday.
Okay, I have a question. I think I want to say I'm the 31st.
It's possible. I know.
That-
So they said they actually came to this decision when they said it was too much for one MC, and I'm like, I would have been fine. But they have a different MC every day. So
I hate it with a badge of honor, but it's not my conference. I believe that you should have the same MC. There's some MC. Say I specialize in multi-day,
Yes.
and you want the experience to be the same.
Yes.
So I don't think it's a good idea to have multiple MCs. I believe like whoever's doing the AI stage should do all 3 days. Who's ever doing whatever should do all three. But that's just me. But I think if you're not an MC, it might seem like a lot, but for me, like I actually do 3-day events all the time. Like that's kind of like what that's my claim to fame. However, do you have anybody capturing any content or anything like that for you?
Well, Quinn, you're talking to the person who has a 4 camera setup, if possible. Now, we don't know yet if there's some recording, but if we could just get some recording stuff for us, like if I can get permission. I know Phil relatively well. I don't know if you do, but I do.
Yeah.
He's spoken at my conference. So here, let me tap him a quick note because if we do, then I'll bring my whole setup. And what means that when I'm not emceeing, I can come in and record you. So as long as we're not at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think we are. I don't have a forest setup, but I was like, I could come and like get some, video images and things like that on the cell phone for you. But again, if you have the forest setup, because I also like to get just different angles, you know what I mean? Like different angles of
I
everything.
I get it.
And also too, just different, but yes, I would love that. So again, I don't have a four setup. And my person who's in California, I'm just every time I go to California, I'm just flabbergasted on how far everything is. So I was like, oh, I need somebody to just capture some images and video of me like while I'm doing my thing. So I was just gonna ask a fellow MC who didn't have something on the same day as me.
Yeah. So they might downgrade us, which is like not a full-blown setup, but like a handheld setup. So I could also do that. So like I use a gimbal and a 4K camera, and so that means I can just walk around and shoot you. So
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that.
yeah. So, but it looks really good. It looks like a pro camera, Quinn. It looks like, those moving shots, the slow pan over people's heads, you're on stage, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
John, I am not complaining. We can have a conversation. I mean, whatever you can, it's more than what I would have had. So I am grateful for what you have. And like I said, if you want to either sit stationary, or if you want me to move around, if you're comfortable teaching me how to use it, I can. But if you're also like Quinn, I don't need to moving around. I just want my stuff set up and I'll come and get you. Just let me know how we can work it out. And I'm willing to work it out. But I was already planning on, stopping into people's stuff to kind of see them in action and record some video and get some candid shots anyway. But yeah, I would love that because I want to say for the most part, I am the 31st. I don't think we're on the same day.
Oh, good. Yeah. And so then again, on the 31st, I have carte blanche to do whatever the hell I want for the most part, which that is the benefit of this is then saying I can actually now go walk around and do some stuff.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Okay, cool. So I will keep you up to date. I will let you know what the conference says, and then we can start planning. And if you'd like, actually, I'd love to either, I'm going to come in early because I got a friend in town. And so, hold on, let me check my stuff here for a second. Okay, update all. And either we could meet in person like the day before on site, like the
Sure.
29th, or if you are not coming in that early, we could virtual meet and just double check our stuff.
I can meet you on the 29th. That's not a problem. Matter of fact,
Good.
I can tell you right now, I'd like that because if anything, if possible, I would love to get in that room
Mm.
and
Mhm.
see before everything because
W-
that's just like a small he doesn't have to be like I need to see like a walkthrough and feel good about.
You can do the 30th. Oh, was it the 30th? There's a lot of rehearsals too.
Oh, got you.
So we might actually be able to do the walkthrough on the 30th. So like you and I could have dinner on the 29th and do a physical walkthrough on the 30th, I think. Hold on, I got to double check the schedule. I'm just trying to remember the conversation that I had with him. 2025. Blah 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 schedule, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I get to wait a minute.
yeah, so there's only workshops on Sunday. And I think because there's no main thing. So like on Sunday as an MC, we're not working. So what I do know is though that there's a tech setup on Sunday morning, and Sunday afternoon is all the main stage keynote rehearsals. Okay,
Okay.
so
So I get in Saturday evening. I get to San Diego at 8 o'clock that evening.
okay, you want to have a drink?
I don't drink, but I can still go out.
Yeah, I didn't say alcoholic.
Oh yeah, I don't know. When people say drink, I'm just trying to not do that as much. But yeah, we can definitely connect.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
I
the
get it.
actually
Huh,
I'll take it back. Maybe the better thing to do is let's do breakfast because you might be a little wiped out. You gotta get some
that's
sleep.
true. Okay, so Sunday, we can look at Sunday and connecting. That'd
Yeah.
be good.
So let's do an early breakfast and then get to tech rehearsal. Like we could do a 7:30 or an 8 o'clock breakfast and then walk over to the tech.
What time is official tech rehearsals?
They start at 9. Well, the setup, this is just pure technical 9 o'clock. And again, most of the stuff may or may not be completely set up yet at that stage. But 9 o'clock, we should be able to walk the rooms.
Okay.
So we could do a 7:30 to 9 breakfast and then like be over there at 9. We could also be later, just because, again, the later we go, the more stuff is going to be set up.
Yeah, let's maybe look at a little bit later because I'd rather us get there and stuff be set up so we can get a better
Mm.
understanding
Okay.
of what it would be. So maybe even like because hold on, Sunday you said it's just workshops, correct?
So what I see is early check-in, there's a networking plaza sponsor booth, food available for purchase, and then 3 workshops, which are only all access tickets, but I don't think that we're working at that time.
Okay. So maybe even like a lunchtime, like a 12 noon,
Yeah, okay.
we can meet
Let-
over there.
I'll double check my schedule, but yeah, here, I'll put it on right now. So
Okay.
then chat me your email address so I can send you this invite.
Yep.
SMMW lunch and MC prep. So cool. Yeah, and I'll show you what I got and you can show what you got and we can like brainstorm the last set of ideas.
Okay.
Then we can also walk the space together and
Sure.
maybe we'll make up some new stuff and then I'll show you what camera equipment that I have. TBD. So I'll send you the breakfast location. Text me at 206-856-84914 info. And let me do this here. Can I ask your text number?
Yep. 610
610.
960
Oops.
6903.
Oops, I missed one. 610
960
960.
6903.
Okay, cool. This is John Chen. Cool. Now you got my number. So then just text me when you hit the ground, and we can and then make sure we can figure it out. Okay. Cool. Good plan. Okay. So now I'm still finishing this thing. So let's see. Restream. Blah blah blah. Did I get all the information right? Update titles. This looks right. Okay, and now let's schedule this event 11:30 and I'll be early. That's correct. Next. Why is this not on? Okay, talking to myself. Save. Okay, so I'm letting this work. So here's how it's gonna go. Spotlights are working, so if you're not on screen, then nobody can see you. So the key is I'll play a video and then I say some things, then I'll bring you in. So the key is don't start talking, otherwise nobody can see you. I sent you the 3 questions, but I improv a lot.
That's fine.
And then, is there anything you want me to ask you?
Yeah, I think whatever you see, I mean, just from the outside looking in, I know that it's the first time we're connecting, but we've been, connected virtually. I always love to highlight my speaking superpower, which is emceeing. So anything that we can, throw into the conversation about emceeing, I think would be great. But other than that, I trust that you're gonna, lead a great conversation.
Cool. So I'm just finishing your intro.
Sure. What are we going live on? Are we going live on all socials?
Yeah, multiple Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. I didn't pay X. You have to pay for an account on X, so I finally cut it.
Gotcha.
This is the good part here.
And then when the recording's done, can you send it to me as well?
Here's a cool trick. Did you know this? I can already send you the recording. By the way, you're gonna get I just haven't quit yet, so you're gonna get 3 recordings. You have to click through the recordings. Actually, I'm gonna bounce this recording right now, so watch this.